I hate this interface. What do I... Is it manage space? Invite co-hosts. At Pisco. He doesn't show up. Okay. I'll approve him to speak. We'll figure it out from here.
Yo. Can you hear me?
Oh, he's way too... Nice. Invite co-hosts. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep. Just make me co-host and we can get started.
Yeah, I made you co-host. Boy! Or did you see it? Do you see it? The invite to...
Yeah. Alrighty. I think we're ready to go. You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to another pre-election This is the World We Want. This is where we invite MAGA supporters or MAGA supporters, Trump supporters, people who think differently to talk about our differences and hopefully a rational way and in a way that's entertaining to people. The focus for the last few weeks and really for the last few months has been the election and why Stephen and I prefer Kamala Harris much more than Donald Trump. And the focus of this particular space is going to be on domestic policy. Now, it can cover a wide range of issues. And really, Stephen, I think on practically every domestic issue, we agree more with Kamala than we do with Donald Trump. Is that a fair assessment?
It is fair. And I think another domestic issue that we can agree on, although I guess maybe this could be international as well, because this is going out all over the world, is that your mic needs to come down like 10 to 20%.
Okay, 1 second. Is that any better? Testing. Any better?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah. So before we get started, let's do a minute, Stephen, of your pitch, domestic policy wise. Why is Kamala Harris the preferred candidate in this election?
So right now, I hate to do the comparison between the two, but when I look at people who have like a coherent vision for the country, I don't see a coherent vision right now on the right in terms of what we should look like economically. When I look at the Biden administration, and then I would imagine that Harris's administration would be an extension of that, I see people with a more coherent vision of what the country should look like. There are big problems related to affordability of housing. It seems like they're showing some initiative on fixing that. There are big problems with affordability of childcare. It seems like they have initiatives on fixing that. There are problems with domestic manufacturing that we've seen through legislation that they are taking the initiative on fixing that. I think that the Democratic Party as a whole and the Biden administration, more particularly, and then Kamala Harris, more particularly, will have like because they have a vision on what they want for the country, they can take particular and specific steps towards alleviating the problems that we have in those fields. Yeah.
Thanks for that. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I'm not going to bore everybody with my 1 minute policy stuff. And so we're going to get right into it. But before I start, I want to be clear to everyone who's listening. We've spent a lot of time on the coup stuff, the election theft stuff, on the fact that Trump tried to steal the 2020 election. And you guys can all see that content. And we're going to continue with that content because it's a super important issue. It's disqualifying for Trump. But the focus of this space, we're going to try to keep it more to issues related to policy. Now, if there is some kind of justice policy that some of our MAGA friends want to talk about, that's fine. And if you really want to encourage us to talk about the election attempted theft in 2020, we can do that too. And you could probably bait us to do it, but we're giving the opportunity to our MAGA listeners, to the conservative listeners, to the Trump listeners, who all the time say on policy, Kamala gets blown out of the water, to really drill down on the kind of policies that you want to see, why you think Trump is better, why you think Kamala is bad. And so with that said, we're going to start approving speakers.
And then also, here's some rules for speakers. Okay. One, no foreigners. Okay. I love you guys, but I don't want to hear some fucking bonger or whatever talk about why he prefers. Okay. Don't care. This is for Americans only. Number one. Number two, I love all of you and I support our supporters and I appreciate our supporters, but no, like, hey, I agree with you guys so much. I love everything. But like, here's like a devil's advocate argument. Okay. Just people that genuinely disagree and want to chat.
Yep. All right. We're going to start with Them Miller. Now, is this the Them Miller that was... Okay, never mind. This is, maybe there is no real Them Miller, but I see on your... I don't think this is the person who was the quote-unquote third assassination attempt, right? That's not this person. I just saw that there was something that looked like it was from them. But Them Miller, if you have any thoughts on the election, on who's better in terms of policy, please go ahead. Them Miller. I don't see them anymore, so we're just going to go on to the next one. Let's see. Filmmaker. Vegan though. What are the odds that a vegan is MAGA? All right, here we go. Mally. Mally on X. You have the speaker stick. What do you want to say about domestic policy, about this election, about Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris, and why it is you support Donald Trump on policy domestically?
I'm sorry, I came to troll. There's no way in hell I would ever vote for
Oh,
Donald Trump.
Unspeak him
Okay.
instantly.
I don't know how to do this platform. All right, let's see. Unspeaker.
You can remove me. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my God. Come on, disagreeers. Where are you? Let's go to Lucas. Lucas Dukas. Alrighty, Lucas Dukas. Give us your thoughts on the election. Why is Trump preferable on domestic policy?
I'm liberal, but I think I have a very good question that y'all should be asking yourselves. Why does half the country support Trump? You know, I'm from South Texas. I'm liberal from South Texas, so I odd man out down here. And a lot of people that I know that are very smart, extremely smart people, still support Donald Trump. And I would like to hear y'all's opinion on like why do you think half the country does support him?
You want to start, Stephen? Stephen? Okay, I'll give you my take. I think he might just have got up and left. I think that there are smart people who support Donald Trump. I even think that there are like people who I would consider like not crazy people who support Donald Trump. It's on the one hand, I think there's a lot of cultural issues you could sort of cabinet in the culture war, which people really, really care about, and for which Donald Trump represents what they perceive to be a bulwark against radical social progress. And these kind of social issues I put in the camp of critical race theory. You saw that motivate a lot of people in places like Virginia. Things like transgender rights or transgender type issues. Those, I think there's a wide segment of the population who is willing to support Trump because he represents a bulwark on those cultural issues, the culture war. I think that there are right wingers who are conservatives who are willing to do their deal with the devil because they're getting what they want. They are, in fact, rationally getting, in their minds, conservative justices, conservative judges that are going to effectuate policy goals that even if Trump is unable to, it's going to entrench certain conservative goals such as deregulation. The administrative state is going to be able to operate with people who are more conservative, more aligned with them. And so for a lot of reasons, true principled conservatives in the sense of I don't want ideological conservatives, not principled conservatives. Ideological conservatives maybe are going to will be willing to do the deal with the devil. And then I would put a category of people who are kind of in a cult of personality. I think that there are a lot of people for whom Trump represents an individual great figure who they look up to and who they are inspired by. And I think that that's, I'm not going to sit here and say that all these people are worthless, but it just is the case. I think that Trump could give opposite policy positions and they would be in support of him because they're in support of the man and not necessarily, what he is going to enact. But Stephen, I don't know if you heard that question.
I'm waiting for the disagreeers, the Trumples.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna approve Harry. This guy Harry Koster. It looks like he might be a disagreeer. Harry, let us know what you think about the election. Why is Trump preferable to Harris on domestic policy? Harry. You there, Harry? Harry? Okay, we're gonna go to Jaden.
If you want, one of the things that I do when I'm doing Vera call-ins is I'll drag like 2 people at a time and then ask both just to see, because sometimes people don't have their. But go ahead.
Jaden C, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Give us your thoughts. Do you prefer Donald Trump? Do you support him? And what do you support him on in terms of domestic policy, and why is he preferable?
So, first of all, I do want to say that I was someone who more supported Ron DeSantis in the primaries, but I do support Trump now, and I do plan to vote for him. I'm in Texas, so it doesn't super matter what my vote is. If I was in a swing state, it would matter more, but I would still say I would vote for Trump. The primary reason I think he'd be better on domestic policy than Kamala is that I'm someone who focuses a lot more on like foreign policy things, and I think that does directly impact domestic policy. The most area I think I agree with Trump on is the tariff stuff, which I know Destiny has talked about, or Stephen has talked about a lot with people on various things. I know he had that one interview with Constantine, and I think his name is like Sebastian or someone who was in Trump's inner circle, and they had that tariff talk. And Stephen has a lot of issues with like Trump's characterization wrongly that tariffs, are passed on to China instead of the American consumer. He does just straight up lie in order to get votes in that way.
Stephen lies?
But I think he doesn't deal with the non-strawman version of tariffs that, like Abraham Lincoln supported. Whereas,
you're saying Trump lies, right? Trump lies about who's going to bear it.
Kind of pussyfoot around with it, where he
Wait,
says,
hello? Is your thing working?
We're
Hello?
going to talk about that. Maybe
Hello,
we can talk about the realistic side of it, where we can get some products,
Jaden,
built
can
in
you hear us?
America. But I don't really often hear about him saying,
Stephen, you can hear me,
the
right?
strong side
Yeah,
of the
I can
tariff
hear you.
argument, more so just dealing with what Trump's directly says and what he's saying to get votes, rather than the strong side of what some of his domestic policy would be. And that's part of why
Jaden,
it's
can you hear
important.
us? Testing.
sense.
Can you hear us, Jaden? Jaden, hello? Jaden, you have to fix your stuff, all right? We can't have a conversation if you can't hear us. So going once, going twice, I'm going to go to someone else. But thank you for that comment. We have some responses, but we want to make sure that you can respond to our responses. Last try, Jaden. Okay. So I just invited someone else, Nimbus 82. And Jaden, I'm going to mute you because we can't hear you. We don't want to hear you because you can't hear us. Nimbus, give us your thoughts about why Trump is preferable on domestic policy over Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I got a couple of speakers from earlier from Texas, and there's this new story about Venezuelan gangs taking over a few apartment buildings in Texas. I was wondering what you guys' thoughts on that, given that Trump's policies would probably not be cool for those gangsters, given Kamala and Biden's policies probably would be good for those gangsters.
Just to be clear, you're talking about the gang takeovers of places in Colorado, or is there a new story that I'm not aware of that's happening in Texas?
There's a new story in Texas. Okay. More buildings, like 4 buildings.
So, I'm going to preface this and then I'll let Stephen go, but with saying I don't know anything about the particulars of what's going on in Texas. In general, I think
the 2 guys from earlier, do they know about it?
They're not. They had audio tech issues, or they're not Trump supporters, so they're not here. Okay. So in general, I will say that crime happens, and I don't. If I want to put a blame on someone for crime occurring, I have to look at some kind of tangible, real connection to some policy. And so, which policy are you going to point to from Kamala Harris or from Joe Biden?
This is a new story.
Or what would you point to saying this is how Donald Trump's policies would have prevented this, or this is how Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's policies caused this? I think that's a kind of a rational way to take it.
Border policies,
which border
policies. Which ones? Do you want me to get it? Look up like particular policies. Can we just look at the general sentiment?
Yeah, so I think that's not a good way to look at it, right? So like general sentiment, yeah, you have a prior that the administration currently is worse on immigration or less enforcing of immigration, but that's not the case. The administration is deporting record numbers of individuals from this country. The administration is enforcing criminal law. And so in what sense are they like
I don't know,
allowing this or acquiescing to this?
Because all the numbers and statistics coming out are all like fake or rescinded or like Like, how can you trust any of the numbers? Can we?
From the DHS, from the Border Patrol?
from the whole admin this
Do you
past
trust the
3-4 years?
DHS numbers on statistics, yes or no?
I could or I couldn't, but then there's all these other statistics
you?
around, or it's padded, or it's like.
Do you trust them?
reported. DHS?
Yeah, DHS.
I'd have to look into the particular number. Do I generally trust them? I think so.
Do you think that?
Yeah,
do you think that dinosaurs are real?
Today?
Like, did
No.
they ever exist? I'm just curious.
Yeah, bro. Of course.
All right, just checking.
Well, I say that because in order to know that there is more people crossing the border, although the numbers are way down ever since Biden enacted his
According to
border
the weird
measure.
record. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So in order to know that there are record numbers of border crossings under the Biden administration, you would have to trust the DHS statistics because that's where we get them from.
Yeah, well, I sort of do. I sort of don't.
So you
It's
sort of
like-
do when it helps Trump, but you sort of don't when it hurts him.
I respect the institutions for sure, but I feel like the numbers are being messed with.
What do you have any evidence that numbers are being
Wait,
messed
actually,
with?
hold
for the
on.
DHS?
Wait. Why do you feel like the numbers are being messed with?
Because they're being messed with everywhere.
Okay, wait. But why do you feel that way?
The job numbers,
Yeah. Why do you feel like they're being messed with? Who tells you
crime.
that? Where do you get that from?
they're rescinding the numbers.
Who's
rescinding
rescinding the
numbers?
numbers?
The FBI rescinded the crime stats just recently.
The FBI corrected numbers.
Yeah, right.
They updated numbers. Should they
That
not
shows
do
they're
that?
Way more. Yeah.
Wait. What? But even with what you're saying,
little-
wait. Let's say I take everything you're saying at face value. If they were lying
Yeah.
about the numbers, why would they ever correct them?
Well, of course they're going to correct them, but it happens to like they change the rules. They have to correct it like every.
No.
2 or 3 years.
Answer. Think about this. Your idea is that they're lying. They're trying to intentionally hide things from us. So why would they ever correct them? Why not just leave them wrong?
I didn't say they're intentionally lying. I'm just saying all the numbers are weird.
Okay, wait.
And
What
it's
does that mean? The numbers are weird.
They're all being changed up and rescinded right in time for election.
Wait. Right in time for election, you're implying they're lying.
Well, maybe I am.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
trying
if
to
they're
find-
lying, then why would they ever correct them?
Yeah.
If they're wrong,
Why? No. But they're lying. They're not wrong. They're lying. So why would they correct them if they're lying?
well, maybe they got the numbers wrong. They didn't.
That's not what you just said, though. You said they're changing them
said
right
that they're-
before the election.
Yeah.
And then you're implying they're lying.
I'm saying all these numbers are changing right before the election. I don't know for sure, but do you not see a pattern?
No, they're not. Wait. So let's start with that assumption. When did the FBI update the numbers of violent? I know what you're referring to because I know where you got this story. You got the story because every conservative MAGA talking head on Twitter sent out this story without context, without information. So I know where you got this.
But the
When-
FBI,
When
they're
do
the
you
ones that-
think the FBI has last updated their violent crime statistics on their website?
I don't know. I didn't check.
Do you have
the
any
website.
idea?
No, I just read a couple of articles.
But in order to imply that they're doing it for the election, it would have to be within like the last few weeks or months, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would it surprise you to learn that on the website currently, as far as I can see, the last update to the numbers happened in January 2024?
Okay, so
If that's true for the violent
That's
crime
what-
statistics,
Mhm.
if that's true, would that undermine what you just said, the narrative that they're changing things and which doesn't even make sense, as Stephen pointed out, because why would they change it right before the election? Because you haven't provided a satisfied answer to that. But given
No.
what I'm showing
trying
you,
to
the
make
time
note
lag
of-
here,
I make note of the patterns because you look at it.
Okay,
What's
sure.
the
Then let's
pattern
make. Here's. Wait. Okay, wait. Let me provide. Wait. Let me provide. Wait. But let's say that I'm
Look at it
providing
with,
this. Couldn't I just say they're revising the numbers up? Okay, and there is a pattern, and you're right, and there is a conspiracy, and it's the deep state trying to get Trump elected. You know that there's more evidence for my theory than yours, right? Because these numbers look worse for Harris. So why would you believe your? Why would you believe your theory over mine? If I'm saying I don't trust the new numbers because they're being revised up right before the election, like an October surprise to hurt Harris. That sounds like a deep state win for Trump, no?
Okay, say that one more time.
The numbers are changed to look worse, which hurts Kamala Harris.
Yes.
So why would we assume that it's a conspiracy in favor of Kamala Harris?
they had to delay it as long as they could.
Why couldn't they
Why?
delay it longer? Wait, are you even trying to think right now? Are you exercising your brain?
Yeah.
You smoke or whatever? You high right now? Or like you're not even like making sense with what you're saying. You're just saying random words right now.
You're just trying to hinge on this one thing, but there's a whole pattern I'm trying to make note of.
No, there is no
Yes.
pattern.
Crossing over.
There's no pattern. You're just delusional. I'm asking, like, you're giving evidence of.
Did they not change the job numbers? Did they not change the
Yeah, the
crime
job numbers were revised down too. Yeah, this is worse for Kamala. So what's the conspiracy? It's hurting her. Why? How is this a conspiracy in favor of her?
Because they had to. They're forced to.
But forced by
Why?
who? They're the government. What do you mean? Who forced them?
Well, let's see. You want me to look it up right now?
No, I'm
why did-
asking you to use
why
your
did they release
brain.
the
Use your brain. Who's forcing the BLS to revise their numbers? Who's forcing the FBI to change their numbers?
That's why I still do believe in the institutions. They have to check and balance each other, right?
If you believe in the institutions, why don't you trust the numbers from the DHS?
Because they could be messed around. The numbers could be fudged. They could be manipulated. They could
They
be
could also not
delayed.
be. Why do you have a
They could be
belief in one-
delayed.
Okay, wait. So
It's
let's say, okay,
October.
sure. Then let's say that all the numbers are false. Then why would you want any president? Or like, why Trump? Why Harry? Why does it matter? You can't trust anybody's numbers anyway.
Well, that's a good question.
Well, no,
mean, the
because you
whole-
have a feeling you're a huge Trump supporter. So why would you trust anybody's numbers? Why would you trust Trump's numbers?
I still do believe in the institutions, but they get manipulated. And
That's
this
not my question. My
administration-
question is, why would you trust Trump? He could lie about his numbers.
Well, I like his coalition, bro. They'll keep an eye on him. He's got a lot of nutty people behind him, but I think they're good.
Wait. What do you mean his coalition will keep an eye on him? Donald Trump cuts like more members from his coalition than any other fucking leader ever. There's a reason why he is running with a new vice president. What?
The reason why he's got a new coalition right now, because that past transition team or whatever, they were all whack. He's got a good
Oh, but the
team.
new
Yeah,
one. But we
true.
trust the new ones now. We don't trust the
Yeah,
old ones,
yeah.
but we trust the new one. Why do we trust the new ones?
Hell yeah.
Wait, so
You
you?
want me to just name it?
Well, no, wait. So you trust Vance, who said 4 years ago that he thought that Trump could be America's Hitler.
Hitler.
And I believe that he said he changed his mind.
Oh,
That he
okay.
had a
Oh,
yeah. What? There's a lot
it's
of
like
people.
the FBI changed the numbers. Why are you trusting the new cabal of people?
Vance
that
and
Trump is-
RFK and Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, yeah, they're all nuts.
Yeah, these people seem like opportunists.
Shanahan.
Like they
Right,
seem like
Musk.
vultures.
Musk is a vulture, right? Dude.
Elon, yeah, they seem like
Right.
vultures and gangsters. Yeah.
Can we talk about the Venezuelan gangsters?
Yeah, that's what I was talking. I was trying to address that, but you said I don't trust any of the numbers.
I mean, like, and I can destroy your whole Venezuelan gangster thing in 2 seconds. Like, you don't care about this, right? Like, here's the easy thing: the Venezuelan gangsters. When did they come into the country?
I don't know.
Exactly. So you don't know if it was Kamala's fault or if it was Trump's fault. You have no idea. So what's even the point of this talking point?
The media, if you listen to what they're trying to say about it, like it's no big deal. It's like, come on, guys. It's kind of a big deal when they take over whole fucking apartment buildings.
Is it
Come on.
a big deal?
is it a big deal taking over buildings? Is taking over buildings a big deal?
I tried to find the
In-
only
in
story I
America,
find that's
yeah.
on Fox News are squatters that took over a part of a building, which sucks. But is this a big
Or-
deal in the grand scheme of things? Is it really like a huge?
I think so. I mean, it could become like a bigger problem. We don't want it to get worse.
Like
I mean-
where? Where was it supposed to get? Where like the Haitians in Springfield were supposed to get worse, or where?
Just a few apartment buildings.
It wasn't a few apartment. It was like a few units, I think.
If you
Ah.
care this much about it, like how are you unable to provide basic details of what occurred
Bro,
when they came over?
Story's up. The
What's
story's
that?
up. It's in Texas, right by the border, bro. Come on.
Yeah, so why aren't you able to have some kind of recall to at least the basic outlines of what happened?
What?
If it's such a big deal, you said it's a
Or just-
humongous deal.
The story just came out like today. It just came
You're
out
saying
today.
it's a humongous deal. So why don't you
It's
know
right-
about it?
Or why don't I know about it, dude? I
Yeah.
just woke up 2 hours ago and I saw headlines. Dude, go
I
ahead.
think this is a recurring problem, and I'm not trying to just like disrespect you. I think that and I think this is broader. I think there are a lot of people who just look at headlines on Twitter and they get the wrong impression of things.
And it's headlines from like media that you enjoy consuming. So you're just like you go
Dangerous,
online
but-
and then you see stuff
Take
that makes you
over at
feel
least
good,
four
that tells you like
apartment
crazy shit, and then you're like, well, this is why I'm voting for Trump because I believe this crazy shit. And it's like,
Another American city, dailymail.com can reveal.
yeah,
W-
Daily Mail. I mean, it's a classic. Those Daily Mail is like renowned for having misleading.
and
Daily
human
Mail-
trafficking in South America. I'm reading it right now, bros. It's
Yeah,
like
human trafficking occurs. It's bad, but like, why do you think Trump is going to resolve these issues?
you hear yourselves? He's campaigning on it.
He also
like-
campaigned on building a wall and immigration stuff last time. He did nothing about it.
You guys hamstrung it and canceled it and sold.
What are you
the
talking
What do you mean? He had a
What do you mean?
Republican Congress, both halves. He had a Republican
You
Supreme
guys-
Court.
Yeah, I think didn't you guys defund it?
No.
You don't even have
my-
any. There was nothing to defund, bro. Nothing got passed.
Let's talk about this. So in 2016, 2017 to 2018, that time
Texas.
frame.
wanna
Let's
talk
just take this one thing. Let's take this one thing, right? Donald Trump
Apartment.
had an opportunity. He had 2 years to fund the border wall, and he had complete control of all the political branches of government. Why didn't he do it
like 5 years ago, like 4 years ago.
when he was in office the first time around?
Yeah. You guys saying it's not a problem
Why didn't he do it?
because he was hamstrung.
By whom?
The whole establishment, bro, and you guys.
So if he's unable to wrangle the establishment, why do you have confidence he'll do it this time?
No, he's got a dope coalition right now, a very strong coalition.
Okay, we're gonna have to
But-
move on. I mean,
but
this is
if
not a
those-
really helpful
those-
conversation.
The government's smaller, then he'll be able to make more moves like easier.
Do you
Yeah.
feel that you base a lot of your opinions on facts or feelings?
Both,
Both.
for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I would encourage you, my friend.
I have a brain and a heart. Yeah.
I think that you need to do some soul searching because I think
Wait a
that
minute.
you have a
about the apartment complexes taking
Yeah.
over in Texas. What do we do about that, you guys?
I think that if there's people taking over buildings violently and illegally, they should be arrested. And if they're
Really?
if they're non-citizens, they should be deported.
What about
that's
the
what our
media?
laws provide
The media
for.
is saying no big deal.
What's
Wait,
that?
wait,
What do
wait.
we do
Who?
about
Who? Where? Where is the media
Who said
saying
no
it's no
big
big deal? Who?
Who?
Vance and that lady.
Vance?
It's viral. Come on, find the
Wait,
clip.
JD Vance said it's not a big deal.
The lady was saying it's not a big deal. I'm
Which
just
lady?
parroting what he said. Oh,
Who's the
fuck.
lady?
MSNBC? I don't know these.
Rachel
I don't know
Maddow
the-
or
No. It's an older lady. She's blonde. She's quite nice. But
A
Vance
blonde
owned-
lady said it.
okay, it's about the about Colorado.
Oh, so
Vance
it's not
call-
about Texas? What about the
This one-
Texas story?
wait. Was she saying in Colorado that it wasn't a big deal, or was she
Apartment
saying that it was
complexes.
massively
Apartment
over
complexes.
exaggerated, and that the sheriffs and everybody there is saying that there aren't like these massive apartment takeovers like the right wing
The
media?
people on the
reported?
ground are saying, yeah. So my heart is with the people. They're on the ground. They say something other than what the my brain would listen to the media and the officials, but the people are saying otherwise. So, but find the clip.
Yeah, you can find the clip. I don't have any interest in finding your clip.
Pisco, come on.
All right, Rurum, listen. Okay,
Yeah.
no Europeans, no un-American or non-American people, no people that just agree and want to argue devil's advocate. Also, I'm so sorry, I'm just my tolerance is very low right now. Nobody that smokes weed. Okay, I just want no weed smokers. It's too much right now. I can't deal with it. I don't have the patience for it. Okay, please, thank you.
Okay, we have coming in Ragi. Ragi?
Hey, how you guys doing?
How you doing, Ragi?
Very good. Hey, yeah, I have another question, but just wanted to give you guys context on what the previous gentleman was talking about,
Mhm.
which is basically, you know how in El Salvador there's like MS-13, a gang that it basically expanded to the U.S. and all that. So in Venezuela, there's a gang called Tren de Aragua, and they've been expanding all over Latin America, and now they're in the U.S. too. And so this is not like some random thing that when they're talking about the takeovers of buildings and stuff, that's happening in New York, that's happening in other places. It's a gang that is used to doing extortion of places, and they're very violent. And so just as in, a decade ago, we had the expansion of a decade and 2 decades ago, we had the expansion of the MS-13 in the US, and there was all this anti-gang thing that had to be done to take them out. This is what's happening right now with the Tren de Aragua. So it's not this sort of isolated event of 2-3 apartments that got taken over. It's a little bit deeper than that. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about.
I do want to. I want to push on that a little bit just to make sure I understand the story.
Yes,
Is it your allegation that the Colorado apartments were taken over by this gang?
Yes.
Okay. And do you blame Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for this?
Well, the expansion of the Tren de Aragua into the U.S. has happened in the past 3 years. So I think they're definitely partly responsible for this
And why is that?
because basically
Because it
what's
happened
been
under their
going
watch.
that's one of them, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. It has to do with intervention. Like the U.S. in general, has intervention outside the U.S. Right when they start seeing, problems that are being expanded from one of the Latin American countries, and that's how they go about putting sanctions. There's like an entire way of how they fight these things. And basically, during the Biden administration, they've been ignoring all the expansion of all these gangs that have been happening in Latin America. And by doing so, we just pay the price. But again, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about
Okay,
crypto.
I guess the last thing I'll end on this, and then we can move on.
Yes,
Uh,
sure.
what is your evidence that Tren de Agua were the
Aragua,
members who were
Aragua.
arrested? What's that?
Yeah, Aragua, Aragua.
Aragua, perdón.
Yeah,
What is your evidence that Tren de Aragua were
yeah.
the gang members that were affiliated with the occupation of the apartments in Colorado? What is your evidence for that claim?
In the news that I read, it was explicitly stated Tren de Aragua.
Okay. Would it surprise you to know that there hasn't been an allegation to that effect? That there's, in fact, there's some.
Well, there has been an allegation. It would surprise me to know that it was not
sorry,
true.
that the government
Right?
has not accused them of doing that in
Okay.
Colorado.
No, it
Would
doesn't.
that surprise you?
No.
Would it
Yeah,
surprise you
it
to
would
know
not.
to know that there are like a bunch of articles that are saying why these are false claims about gangs taking over complexes? Would that surprise you to think that they were wrong, or to be or
It,
right?
it wouldn't miss. I mean, listen. If you tell me does it surprise me that there's? So let me see if I understand exactly
Mm-hmm.
your question. What you're saying is, would it surprise me that the government hasn't officially blamed the Tren of Aragua and that there's some publications in the news that say
Yes,
that
that is
it's
what I'm asking. I'm asking, would it
yeah.
surprise you that no indictments
No,
came
it
down?
wouldn't surprise me
Okay.
because it would be just standard pattern for a lot of things.
Of the
So yeah.
government not going after gang members for doing crimes. That's the standard pattern.
No, that's not what I said. What I
Okay.
said was that in the past 2-3 years they've been ignoring the expansion of gangs that are international
That is a
gangs.
fucking lie, right?
What is a lie?
That they're ignoring the expansion of gang activity. Isn't that a fucking lie?
Well, he's saying that we should be, I guess,
No,
going
why
after
would
other
it be a
countries where
lie?
it's expanding. He's saying,
Yeah,
but
that
I
would
don't
be
even
a
know what the U.S. is supposed to
That
do
the
there.
government is ignoring
no.
gang
Wait just a second. Okay, so when I say, right, like if I say there is activity of the Tren of Aragua
Yeah.
in the U.S., there's no lie. Either
I'm
there
not saying
is
that's a lie.
or
I thought you said that. Forgive me if I'm wrong, and sorry if I was being aggressive. Did you
yeah.
say that the government is not going after them or allowing the expansion to occur?
I'm saying I'm saying that usually the policies, meaning explicitly
I asked you a
sanction.
question, sir.
Over.
Did you remember what I just asked you?
Yeah, I'm trying to respond.
Well,
It's basically
I'd like you to
yes.
respond. Is it the case? Are you alleging that the government is intentionally not going after these cases and allowing the expansion of gang activity? Are you alleging
Yeah.
that?
Wait, let me answer. I will. You don't have to
I
get
would
all
prefer you
upset.
to answer in the
Yeah,
affirmative and then explain. Yes, that's
yeah.
right. Okay.
Let me. Do you want an answer, or you just
Yes, I
want to
do.
be
Now you can.
super
Yes, feel
aggressive?
free.
Okay, so there's no need to be aggressive. I can tell you what the answer is, right?
I
So
just
what
want
I'm
to know your position
alleging,
first. But yeah.
but I'm trying to give it to you, but you're interrupting me. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you, you use the word intentionally, right? In
Mm-hmm.
your statement, in your question, you use the word intentionally, and I don't know if it's intentionally. I don't know how you would blame it intentionally or not, because basically, um, doing something by mistake, or by simply ignoring something, incompetence, for example, would apply to that too. So I don't know if the word that I would use is intentional.
In what way are they
It
being
could very well
negligent?
be incompetence.
Yeah. In what way would you say that? Could you describe how it is that the federal government is being negligent with respect to the expansion of crime activity?
Basically, they're not putting sanctions in the different countries that are allowing that. When you look specifically You again, we're going into this. I wanted to talk about crypto, but fuck it. if you want to talk about this, if you
I'll give
look
you an
at the
opportunity to raise the crypto thing, but yeah, go ahead, sir.
okay, thank you. So basically, what happens is when you look at the activity of the U.S. when they do exercises, either with the military or like external international forces, where they do it in Ibrahim in Peru to attack like narcos, when they're doing basically different exercises to actually stop certain type of crime that they need, they have been doing absolutely nothing to stop the expansion of El Tren of Aragua. And so that indirectly, what it causes is organizations like that to expand. And indirectly, when organizations like that expand, eventually they will find their way to the US, just like MS-13 did with the Salvadorians, MS-13, right? And so in this case, the reason why we don't have, anyways, I'm gonna stop there. That's what I meant.
Okay, I mean, I think that we have seen FBI arrests of members of Tren de Aragua. Is that correct?
Probably, yeah,
Are you aware of
yeah.
the DOJ activity related to Tren de Aragua for you to claim that they're being negligent? Have you done an analysis of what actions the government has taken or not taken with respect to this gang for you to sit here and say that they're allowing this takeover to occur?
Yeah, I'm currently in Peru right now for visiting family, and I was like in Argentina. Like you can see a trend that are expanding all over Latin America.
Okay, but it sounds like you want America to go into these countries and
They do
intervene.
that already. They've
Do
been
you
doing
want them?
that for
Do you want
decades.
the American, like foreign, like boots on the ground or special forces to go in and take out these gangs in foreign countries,
They do
including
that all
Peru?
the time.
Do
They
you
do
want
that
them
all the
there?
time.
Sorry, I'm asking a
They do
question.
that.
Do
Yeah,
you want American soldiers to go out into Peru, Ecuador, Venezuela,
yeah.
El
They do
Salvador,
that
all these places?
already. They do
Do,
that already, right?
sorry, I'm not hearing an answer. Is the answer yes? You want them to do that?
I think that exercises, joint exercises, and joint
It's
operations
a very
in
simple question. You can agree
international.
with it or you cannot. You can agree with the
But I'm
proposition. You can
trying
reject
to.
it.
I'm trying to answer. Listen, this is the problem. The problem is you are asking me a question, and I'm trying to give you an answer with the right premise, right? Like with the right structure of what is it that you believe. You're asking me what I believe, and I'm trying to tell you what I believe, but you're
Yes, I am
interrupting.
trying to make it more narrow. The reason why I'm trying to
Okay,
make it more narrow.
okay, hold on, wait. Let me bridge the divide here. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm good cop. Okay. Don't worry. Peace goes bad cop today. I'm good cop today. Okay.
sure, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me summarize what I think you're saying. Okay.
You don't need to be so aggressive. I'm just trying to
I'm
have a
not. I'm the good
conversation.
I
cop.
do.
I'm not aggressive. Okay. He's the aggressive
Yeah.
one today. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You're saying that that there is the expansion of gangs South America. You're listing
Yes.
this gang as an example, and you're saying that
Yeah.
it's possible that the United States' administration, when it comes to border security or enforcement of actions against these gangs, could be being more proactive, even
Yes.
internationally, in trying to
Yeah.
curb these people, I guess, coming to this
Yeah.
country or doing things great.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I think that the issue, or I guess the question is, so it seems like back in July, the Biden admin, they designated them as a dangerous Venezuelan gang. They designated them as
Sure.
a transnational criminal organization. They were
When
offering.
when what was the exact date? What was the exact date?
I'm seeing this on
Or
July
ballpark?
11th, July 11th, 2024. So this year.
Yeah. It's late, man. It's late. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I don't know how much operating they were in the United States before then or not.
Yeah.
I don't know how ordinary
Okay.
it is that the United States is like working with other
Very
countries.
ordinary. Very, very ordinary.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
fundamentally then, do you think that Biden just like he likes these criminals and he wants them to come to the United
No.
States, or what is the?
No. No, I think it's just basically it's yeah, ignoring, right? Like it's ignoring the problem of an entire region and then paying the consequences for ignoring that.
Why though?
Why what?
How are they? Or I'm
Ignoring the
sorry.
issue.
Why?
If they're
What? No, I
making
mean,
arrests, if they're
wait,
making
why?
designations.
Why would they be ignoring the issue?
What part of the statement that I said wasn't clear? Maybe I can expand
Well,
on
Ignoring.
it.
what I'm trying to figure out is because it seems like in your mind, I can
Yeah.
be charitable or uncharitable, or not. I can just ask you, I guess. In your mind, the administration is either being malicious or they're just being incredibly negligent. But if this is an
Yes.
ordinary part of immigration enforcement, why would they just not do this? I don't understand what would cause them to be so negligent here.
Right. So there's two possibilities, right? It's intentional or it's negligent. And if you ask me which one it is, my answer is I don't know. But the fact is like, if it is true what you're saying, that they're designing, like, if it probably yes, let's assume it's true, that they're assigning the Tren de Pará was a criminal organization in 2024, that's like fucking 3 years too late.
Well, when was the first reported instance of them operating in the United States?
In the United States or
Yeah.
in the world?
In the United States.
In the United States, I don't know when is the first time, but I'm seeing it in the news that I read today.
The first thing I'm seeing is a report in January 2024 by the FBI where they confirmed it.
Yeah, but okay. My point when I talk about
Wait. Can we deal with that? If it is the case, if it's true that the first reports of them being active in the United States are either in late 2023 or early 2024, then what you just said would be bullshit, right?
No, that's not
it
true.
wouldn't be bullshit if they designated
I guess
them.
it sounds like what you're. It sounds like the. Wait. It sounds like it just.
Listen,
I'm listening.
listen.
Wait. Peace goes on. I'm listening. Okay. Listen. I understand what you're saying. It would be surprising to me, and I could be wrong.
Yes?
I might just not be aware of this. And if you could give me examples or even point me to a place to read, I'd be interested in reading about it. It would be surprising to me if the United States of America took proactive steps to destroy criminal organizations in South America in a really heavy-handed way. That sounds like
what do you think that happens at the Brahim? Like, how do you think? How do you think like things like narcos are fought? You think like it's just every individual country?
No,
goes?
I think there's.
You don't
I
think
think
they get
there's.
satellite imagery.
I think
that they get like help from special forces. Like,
I'm sure there's a lot of international cooperation. But if what you're,
of course there is.
Okay, okay. So now you're being aggressive.
You don't have any evidence that they haven't done that.
Wait, wait. Because this whole line of questioning, then you
Are
can
you
shut
asking
it.
me if
Wait,
there's
I'm
evidence
asking
of
you.
that?
No,
Is that
wait.
what you just
Yes,
asked me?
wait. This is so simple. If what you're saying is true, and that's incredibly ordinary, and there's a lot of cooperation, have there been any complaints of South American leaders saying that a certain administration isn't doing enough or isn't helping with any of these issues?
There's been basically depends on the country, right?
No,
And so
I'm just asking.
usually-
No, wait. That's a super simple one. Just, is there any country's leader who's like, hey, we need help with this, the U.S. isn't doing anything, or the U.S. stopped cooperating with
Yes.
us about this?
Yes.
Who?
Or
when? Or what? We're just like, let me Google and I can look.
Interior,
Okay. Go ahead.
can I answer?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of latency because you're in
minister-
South. Oh, sorry. There's like a 50 or 150 millisecond delay. So sometimes when we talk, it's like over you, but we're not trying to. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, if you want to have a debate, we have a debate, right? There's no need.
No,
to get
we're not
super
debating. I'm sorry.
aggressive.
I'm just saying that's why we're cutting
trying
off
to-
sometimes. Who was the interior minister you were going to cite, though? Just say the name. What was it? Who were we talking about?
The interior. No, I'm sorry. The defense and interior minister of Peru has conversations continuously with the DA and I don't remember now the other organization, but basically what's happening is okay. See, I have to give a lot of context. I want to talk about the crypto thing, but basically the context is if you go back around 30 years ago, right, when the Shining Path was going around, if you go to
Wait. Okay, because we want to get to the crypto thing too.
We can't talk about Sendero.
Yeah, we don't need 30 years ago. I was just curious if there was any modern complaints, because if somebody from Peru was saying something like, "Wow, we're really trying to do something here," and Biden or America's not helping, that would be it. Then I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I believe you." I'm just curious if there's ever been a story or any reports of anything like that, even in South American press or whatever. But
yeah, I'm sure I can find some. Yes.
Okay.
The latest I have,
So the
by
answer
the
is
way,
yes.
we can move on.
The answer is yes, and then you're gonna ask me the link, and I don't have the link.
I'm
No,
literally
no.
not doing that. I was asking you for something to Google. I'm not asking you to give me the exact fucking link. I'm just curious.
So,
Okay.
so just to be clear, on the table, what we're going to be looking for is a conversation with the Peruvian Minister of Defense.
Listen.
Yeah.
So a lot of the conversations for this particular thing happens with, every country has obviously a diplomat assigned. And so a lot of the conversations are conversations with a diplomat, ministers of interior of whatever country it is, ministers of defense of whatever country. Let me finish, dude. Let me finish, and then you can go and insult and call bullshit, do whatever the hell that you want to do.
I don't know who talked. That wasn't
please.
us. That wasn't us. That was someone else. I don't know who talked.
Okay. All right. So the way that corporations normally work is there is a conversation between the Minister of Defense and the Minister of the Interior that talks to basically whoever is assigned as a diplomat for the U.S. in that particular country. and then they go and ask for help. And of course, it's basically there's two ways. One, you either increase the amount of operations that you do, for anti-gang specific activity or anti narco specific activity, or you don't, right? And usually when there are these exercises, and yes, I am also talking about the shining path, and I'm talking about, we can go back decades and everything. When it happens, there's a reduction of that type of crime. And then when it doesn't happen, there's an increase of that type of crime. And so what ends up happening with the Tren of Aragua that has been expanding like a motherfucker, super crazy in the past 3 years, that indirectly, what it tells me is that there is no common work being done there to eliminate that.
I
Because
see. I
we're
see.
not
So
talking
just to be
about
just to be clear,
tiny
and
little.
we can
Wait,
finish on
let me
this. We can finish
finish.
on
Let
this.
me finish, dude. Let me finish. There, there is not enough. There's a difference between tiny little gang that it's expanding in one country. The U.S. has nothing to do with that. That's just like it's irrelevant.
You don't
But
need
when
to
you're talking
yap. Like,
about
stay on point. Stay on. You don't need to
when
talk about the other little game. Just get
when
to
you're
your
talking
point.
about MS-13, when you're talking about Tren of Aragua, it seems like I have to give you a lot of context. So that's basically you're asking me.
You're
I don't know.
yapping, and I know exactly what we're talking about, and you're trying to talk about anything other than, do you have evidence that the Biden administration has
Yes,
been criticized by foreign countries for their lack of assistance in
yes,
the kind of operation that
yes,
you're talking about? And
yes,
as you sit here,
yes,
what is that
yes,
evidence?
yes,
What's the
yes.
evidence
I
as
have
you
the
sit
evidence.
here?
Look, so are you gonna go Google it right now?
Well, no, do
Is
you
that
have
what
evidence
you want to do?
as you sit here? What is your evidence that the Biden administration has not been cooperating in the kind of operations that you're suggesting? What is your
Yeah,
evidence that they've been lacking in that respect?
my evidence is that in the past 3 years, the expansion of the Tren of
That
Aragua
it's
has
happened,
been
right? Yeah, this is the
explosion.
problem.
Yeah.
This is the
Yes.
problem with a lot. I have to say, with a lot of the MAGA analysis, is because X
I'm
happened.
not doing a MAGA
Therefore,
analysis.
no,
I'm
it
not
is a
doing a
MAGA.
MAGA
I have to
analysis. I'm
say,
telling
it is
you
MAGA
facts.
analysis. Wait, it is MAGA
Why is it a
analysis.
MAGA analysis? What does
It
that
is
have to
MAGA
do with a
analysis.
MAGA analysis?
So I'll give you another example. And this
No,
is,
no, 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 no. You're
I'll give you another example.
overgeneralizing. Nobody
I'll
here
give you
says
another
MAGA. I don't
example.
know why you're bringing that up.
What I mean to say
I
is,
don't know
it's
why
the
you're bringing
kind
that
of
up.
analysis. It's the kind of analysis that you see deployed by MAGA all the time. For example,
When
the
I don't know,
inflation.
I'm not MAGA, so
Hang on a
don't tell
second.
me that.
So
I'm not
I'm not.
MAGA, so I don't know why you're
I'm
saying
telling
that.
you.
Don't assign things to me that are not.
I'm telling you that it's of a kind of the MAGA analysis that we see. I'm telling you that's what it
Okay,
looks like. And I'm about to give you
okay.
an example. For example, people will say inflation rose under Joe Biden, and therefore,
Yeah, I'm not talking
Biden.
about inflation.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not talking about
stop.
inflation.
I'm actually not done talking. I'm actually not done talking. So when someone says something like, "Well, the United States is being lacking in their, organizational or whatever, they're not doing what these countries are saying, and they're not engaging in the typical ways,
Yeah.
and they're being grossly negligent," and you say, "Well, my evidence of that is because this gang expanded." The fact that it happens means that there must have been gross negligence, even if all precautions were being taken by the United States. So it's a post hoc ergo propter hoc analysis, and it's not useful,
Yeah.
and it's not one based on
I
evidence.
think the
It's one
word is
based
looking
on
circumstantial,
feelings.
right? That's what you want to say.
No, you don't even have you don't have any comment from any other country where they're saying we're not getting enough engagement from the U.S. State Department, we're not getting enough engagement from U.S.
There is. You can
But
definitely
as you
Google
sit
it.
here, you don't know what that is, right?
Of course, I know what it is. I'm telling you what it is. I
No, you
told
don't.
you. How is it that I don't know? I don't know what. What do I not know specifically?
You don't have, as Stephen asked you, you don't have, as you sit here, some example from a foreign country like complaining about the Americans' lack of presence with respect to these gangs.
do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, what is it?
So I know particular people that have had conversations with the ambassador here in Peru explicitly about this problem.
So conversations that you've personally had where they've talked about the United States lacking
No,
engagement.
a friend of mine that is involved in that conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
To be fair, I cannot possibly assess that evidence, and so that's your evidence,
Okay.
and I'll let the audience move on to your crypto thing, and we have to move on. I'm sorry for taking up a lot of time, but what's the crypto thing,
Sure.
and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that. That's the only thing. And so the second part is mostly related to, so I work in the crypto industry, okay? Do a lot of work in the crypto industry. And I find
We got over the topic.
basically the last 3 years for the crypto industry as being very aggressive, the policies that the executive power has done specifically, right? The Biden administration, when assigning Gary Gensler when basically trying to create SAB 121, like all these rules against crypto to destroy it, I find it short-sighted, and I find it dumb in a way that basically is, expulsing all, like Bitcoin was invented here in the US, right? And now
So was
you're
the
having
mortgage-backed
basically,
so was the mortgage-backed security. So were a lot of different corporate forms and a lot of a lot
sure,
of
sure.
Wait, wait.
financial
Can I can I
Crypto is
ask
a
can I can I
reaction
ask in
against
particular?
that.
Wait, wait. For
Crypto is
when
a reaction against that.
wait, wait, wait,
So,
real quick, real
so
quick,
but
real quick.
but let me finish the question or the concept that I was trying to tell you, right?
You're criticizing Gary Gensler, and we have a response, right? You're saying it's
Okay.
overregulated, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
why should cryptocurrency, and I'll let Stephen, and I'll be the last, and Stephen can go on. Why should cryptocurrency be the only like security that's not regulated by the government? Why? And like when we see things like FTX, where you have crazy amounts of corruption, malfeasance, rug pulls, that kind of thing, why should cryptocurrency be the only security that's not being regulated by the SEC? That makes no sense to me.
Right. So the premise that you're starting with assigning that to be a security, that's the problem, right? Because what you're saying is, what should it be the only security that it's regulated? And I will tell you, it's not a security.
It feels
It's
like
not
a
a
security to
security.
me.
Why does it look like a security to you?
The definition for security is very broad.
Yeah,
As you're
please.
aware. The definition of security is very.
Please go ahead and explain
Yeah.
to me, why are you calling it a security?
Yeah, so the definition of security is very broad under the
Uh-huh.
relevant statutes and regulations, which essentially can encompass all sorts of financial instruments that people invest in. And so,
Sure.
for example, a lot of different kind of derivatives and things like that. It's very
Uh-huh.
broad. If you look at the court cases that interpret what a security is, it's very
Uh-huh.
broad. Okay, right? Agreed?
Why is it a security? You still haven't answered.
Wait. Have I said anything that you disagree with?
Yes.
What did I say in that explanation?
You call crypto security.
No. But I gave you an explanation about why it would
No.
be considered.
You called crypto, your premise with your question started calling crypto security, and my follow-up to that is, why do you call that a security if it's not? So it's up to you to explain
under
to
US
me
law.
why that is a security.
Yeah. So under US
You
law,
said, why is the security, why is crypto the only security that shouldn't be regulated? And I'm telling you, it's not security. So it's, the burden on you to explain to me why it's a security.
Yeah. So if this were a security under US law, would you say that you would agree it's a security?
It's not a security. No.
Wait, I'm asking you, if US law would consider it to be a security, would you agree that it is a security?
If US law,
If US
there's a
law,
big-
if US law labels it a security, would you agree it's a security for our purposes, for the SEC? Why is this a hard question
US
for you?
law labels this a security.
Because I'm about to give you the definition of a security under. I'm about to give you the definition of a security under U.S. law. I'm about to do that.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure if this covers it, would you agree with it?
Okay, hold on. He's not going to agree to this. The reason he's drilling you, I don't know why he doesn't say it, is he's probably going to try to make the argument that it shouldn't be regulated as a security, it should be regulated as a currency, is what he's going to say. So he's not going to care what the SEC does.
It's not a security. Yeah, it's not a security. It's not.
Okay.
Even if
what do you
it's
think?
not
Wait.
what
What do you think? What do you think it should be regulated as?
Well, it could be a financial, it could be currency. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, why do you think? Okay, wait. In what ways?
Wait. Go ahead. Go. You ask.
In what ways is Bitcoin more appearing to be a currency versus a security?
No, listen, but you guys are deflecting, right? So you were about to tell me what is the definition.
I'm about to. Yeah.
Security.
Okay, the term
Right?
security
So
under
please
U.S. law.
Go ahead and continue what you were saying.
This
You
is
were going to
15
explain to me what's a security.
This is 15 USC section 77 B,
Okay.
little b, okay? Definition. The term security means any note, stock, treasury stock, security future, security-based swap, bond, debenture, evidence of indebtedness, certificate of interest, or participation in any profit-sharing agreement, collateral trust certificate, pre-organization certificate or subscription, transferable share, investment contract, voting trust certificate, certificate of deposit for security, fractional undivided interest in oil, gas, or other mineral rights, any put, call, straddle, option, or privilege on any security, certificate of deposit, or group of or index of securities, including any interest thereon or based on the value thereof, or any put, call, straddle, option, or privilege entered into on any national securities exchange related to foreign currency, or in general any interest or instrument commonly known as a security, or any certificate of interest or participation in, temporary or interim certificate for, receipt for, guarantee of, or warrant or right to subscribe to or purchase any of the foregoing. So that it's very broad. It includes financial instruments.
Which of all those? Just tell me one. Which of
A-
all those that you just said?
A cryptocurrency is
cryptocurrency.
a cryptocurrency is would you agree?
None of them.
Wait. I'm about to wait.
Would you agree? I'm going to tell you why.
Would you agree?
No.
Would you agree?
You because you don't know.
Wait, you asked me a question, didn't you?
Did you ask me a question? Yes. You don't know what a
Did you ask me a question? Did you ask me a question?
Yes, you just don't know.
Did I provide it?
So
I just want to make sure that you're following. I just want to make sure that you're following. Did I provide a definition?
You don't know. You don't know. You're failing.
Wait. Did I provide a definition of security? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you hear?
And none of those apply to cryptocurrency. Because, dude, you don't know everything. But you're failing. You have to realize when you don't know about something, you have to say, I don't know. And you don't know how to do that. Because right now, the definition that you gave, none of it says cryptocurrency.
Wait, hang on a second. It doesn't say cryptocurrency because this.
Okay.
The definition.
Okay.
Wait.
So you name.
It doesn't say
You name like 30 different financial instruments. You name 30 different financial instruments.
Does it say mortgage-backed security? Does it say mortgage-backed security? Does it say mortgage-backed security?
Is cryptocurrency
Does it say
mortgage-backed
security?
security?
Does it say mortgage-backed security?
Dude, what
Does
the
it say
hell are you
mortgage-backed
talking
security?
about?
Does it say
What kind
mortgage-backed
of shit are
security?
you talking about?
If you're not going to
It
answer the
doesn't make
question,
sense.
if you're not going to answer the question, we have to
Oh
move on.
my
Is it a
God.
mortgage-based security? Does the definition
No, it's not a
include
mortgage-based security. It's
Sorry,
not.
no, sorry.
Cryptocurrency
Does-
Okay,
does
wait.
the definition-
Okay, hold on.
does
We're
the-
not getting anywhere. We're not getting anywhere. Okay, just
He doesn't
wait.
know.
Hold on.
That's
No,
the
wait.
thing.
No, Raggy. So
Okay,
he. I just want to be 100% clear. Raggy is trying to say because it doesn't state the word cryptocurrency on a definition of security that was made decades and decades ago, then it cannot therefore cover.
No, let me explain to you how
that
you
is
define,
a stupid. That is a stupid analysis of statutory construction. He doesn't know, and I'll give you the last word, Robbie. But we have to move on because no one else cares about this.
wait. I
Okay.
care. Hold on. No, I want to argue for like 2
Okay,
minutes.
you
with
don't
him.
care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I care, but Steve,
I just want. Okay, wait. Hold on. What do you think it should be regulated as?
Currency.
Okay. Can you tell me?
Or a variation of that.
Okay,
You know-
currency. Just one thing. Why make it more complicated? Currency. That's
Yes.
okay. Do you feel like cryptocurrency functions closer to a currency or more like what a security would function as?
It doesn't function close to a security. It does not.
How does it not function close to a security? In what ways
Because
is
it doesn't pass the Howey test. The
Wait.
Howey test is the definition of what a security is or is not. Because otherwise, you would start like naming shit like, basically, I don't know. Remember when people used to buy Beanie Babies and shit? And is a Beanie Baby a security? It's a trading card, a collectible trading card a security? It's not.
Well, hold on. Those are wait.
What is the Howey test? Go
Wait.
for it.
Stop. Those are commodity. Wait, those are commodities though, aren't they? They're not regulated as currencies, are they?
So
Wait, no. Answer that
FT
question. Beanie Babies and trading cards, they aren't regulated as currencies, right? Aren't those treated as? Wouldn't they be like?
They're not. They're not.
Okay,
Yes.
so that was a bad comparison for you, but continue.
No, it's not a bad comparison. It's not. It's not because basically what happens with Gensler and what happens with the policies that the Biden administration has been doing to destroy, one of the best fucking inventions
scam
for
people.
the
You wanna
financial
scam people.
system.
That's what you want to do.
Scam people.
Yeah,
See?
you do. Yeah,
No,
you do.
what are you
You don't want
talking
regulation.
about,
You
man?
so let's
You
apply
don't
this.
know,
Let's
really?
apply the Howey test. Wait, let's apply the Howey test.
Jesus.
Wait. Why don't we apply the Howey test? Can you give us the factors for the Howey
Sometimes you
test?
just don't know. Listen, man. Sometimes
Wait,
you
let's
just don't
apply-
know what you're
let's
talking about,
apply-
and it's okay
wait.
to say I don't fucking
Hermano, por
know.
favor,
right?
let's apply the Howey test. Can you give us the factors for the Howey test?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
So
Factor
the
number
Howey
one.
test, the exact definition, right? So like,
Wait.
it's a legal.
What's the first factor?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it to you, right? It's a legal standard established by the U.S. Supreme Court in 1946
Mm-hmm.
to determine if a transaction qualifies as an investment contract, right? An investment contract. That's the key word for you under securities law, right? There's four
is this-
criteria. They're not telling
just
you.
be
I'm
just be
answering.
clear
I'm
about the
answering.
terminology. Let's just be clear about the combination.
I'm not.
To
I'm
see if it's an
answering
investment
the question,
contract, right?
You're asking me
So-
what the Howey
so
test.
what-
I'm telling you
what-
what the Howey test.
Is an
So
investment
it's
is an investment
of
contract
money.
is an investment
It's an
contract is an investment contract a
investment of
security
money.
is an investment contract a security
Listen, I'm gonna
Is an
I'm gonna
investment
answer.
contract?
Do you
You can
want me
answer
to
yes or
answer
no.
the question, or you just wanna
I
pretend
want
that
to
you know
hear
what you're
yes or
talking
no.
about? Yeah. Okay, so there's four things. It cannot be one, right? It has to be four things for it to pass the Howey test. It needs to be an investment of. No, wait.
What does the
Let me.
Howey test establish? What does the Howey test establish?
Whether something is a security or not.
Or is it investment contract specifically? Which is it?
It's whether something is a security.
Well, hang on a second. So, is it enough? Is this test establishing whether the full-on definition for security or
No.
definition of
The
investment
full-on
contract?
definition of a security is what he read with 20 or 30 different things.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
that he
wait,
was
real quick.
reading.
I don't understand why. Let's just walk through. Wait, real quick.
Wait,
Just
Destiny, the reason why I'm doing this is because if it is an investment contract, then he would have to admit if this passes the Howey test, it would be an investment contract.
Yes,
which is
that's
one of
correct.
the
But he's saying it doesn't pass the
would be
Howey test.
security.
So I'm just curious.
Okay, so
Exactly.
let's apply the Howey test.
So
Exactly.
what part of it do you think it doesn't apply to?
Okay. I can do two things.
No. Hold on, please.
Please,
No.
let me
Stop,
explain.
bro.
I
Just
wanna
stop.
answer.
Stop,
I
or you're gonna
wanna
get. Stop, or I'm
answer.
just gonna kick you.
Please,
Stop, or I'm gonna kick you. Now I'm the dictator. I'll just kick you. I'll kick you. This is very easy. Okay. There are four parts to the Howey test. Okay. Is it an investment?
This
Is
was
it?
in court and it didn't pass in the U.S. court a few months ago. So I can repeat what the U.S. court said, or I can explain it to you one by one.
How about one
It
by
depends
one?
what you want.
How
Because
about
the
one by?
U.S. court
How
is
about?
saying that it doesn't pass.
How about
right?
one by? How about one by one? Like I asked.
Okay, sure. So an investment of money.
Yes. Do you think that most people see Bitcoin as an investment of money?
No, I'm not saying whether most people see it, whether it is or it is not.
Cryptocurrency is an investment of money.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
As
Stable
it
coin
currently
is not an
operates,
investment of money.
100% is.
100%. A stable coin is a coin that is pegged to a particular fiat
Are
currency.
some crypto-
Wait, can you give me
Wait,
is there a single example? I'm genuinely asking. I don't know. Okay. Is there a single example?
I do know. This is what I'm telling
you don't even know what I'm going to ask. Is there a single example of a?
Don't get all freaked out, man. There's no need to get.
Is there a
all, like,
single example of a coin that has a market cap, okay, of over $10 million that is stable?
Yes.
What is that coin?
Tether.
Is Tether a coin? I thought that was based on the Ethereum chain or whatever.
Tether is a stable coin. It's a cryptocurrency, it's a stable coin, which is a type of cryptocurrency. Tether. Do you want another one? I can give you
I'll
another
just look
one.
up. No,
Are there
I'll
at
just look
least
up
some
Tether. Okay.
cryptocurrencies?
USDC.
Are there at least some cryptocurrencies which would fail this, which would absolutely be investments?
There could be.
So there are at least, you would acknowledge there are some cryptocurrencies that would pass this element, correct?
If done incorrectly, like if somebody comes
Let me
to
give you
you
an
and
example.
tells you,
Is Bitcoin an investment, a monetary investment?
I would say no.
Okay. I mean, I disagree.
Wait, is Tether just pegged to the
Okay.
USD?
Yes.
Okay, wait.
Oh my
Let's say
God.
okay, wait. So it's pegged to the USD. So let's say that you treat this as a security. What would that even do, or what's the bad part about that?
Why would it be you treat it as a security? It's like holding, dollars.
Yeah, but I'm just
Except that
asking.
on
I'm just
paper.
asking. Like, what does that even do negatively?
Nothing.
Wait, then what is the issue?
The issue is that things like Tether, right? Things like Circle, like cryptocurrencies, particular types of cryptocurrencies are being pulled, like basically the SEC is trying to destroy all these coins
Destroy them
Right?
how?
Regulate.
by creating regulation.
Wait, like
that
what
is
regulation? Like what
anti-crypto.
regulation?
SAB, I give you a list. I'm gonna go.
I'm not
in-
asking.
in,
I don't care. Actually, never mind. Oh, just as a heads up in the future, when somebody asks you for like one thing and you're like, "Oh, well, here's 15," it's because you're lying. Okay, that's how everybody's gonna treat you. That's how I'm treating you.
I'm not
On
lying.
speaker.
I'm telling you
Go to
what
the
it
next. Go to the next.
is.
Go to the
I'm
next.
not
Go to the
lying.
next. Go to the next. Go to the next. Oh my God, it drives me
Oh, you
crazy.
lost.
I just
You
like. I just want
lost.
like
That's
one.
why you
I just
lost.
want one example of a thing. You're like, "Well, here's 15 or here's 20." I just one thing. So it's just one at a time. But I don't care. On speaker. Speak up.
I did.
Thank you, Jesus. Next. Go next. Christ, holy fucking AIDS.
Okay, I'll get some down here. Let's see. Other conservatives. All right, we have a Texan. Let's see. This is.
We're not going to do that again. I'm so sorry for everybody. Pisco and I both apologize. That's not going to happen again. Okay, we got
All right.
sidetracked. We couldn't help it. It happens.
That will cut that out. All right, cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out.
Um,
Josiah, you fucking idiot.
Okay, we
You fucked us.
have The Texan Rob 72778.
I was just going to say, commenting on the crypto guy, that he's basically right, but I didn't have anything else to contribute about that.
You think he's right that crypto is not a security?
There's multiple crypto can be many different things. Some are securities, some aren't. Okay. It just depends on the economic reality.
That's fine. So are you okay with the SEC regulating those that are securities?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But not all of them are, though.
Would you agree that like Bitcoin is, a lot of the major ones are?
Bitcoin is certainly not a security.
Why not?
Other ones are. Because there's not, it's basically there's not a common enterprise behind it, pulling the strings. It was sufficiently distributed.
Wait, real quick. Can I ask on that common enterprise? When they talk about like forking the project or stuff like that, that doesn't feel like a common enterprise or anything?
If there's a group of people behind it, like a company or a group, certainly that is a common enterprise. Like if there's a company, an LLC like XRP, those definitely fall into that range. But if I were to just like set up a cryptocurrency, you can just spin one up in a matter of 2 minutes, create a supply, distribute it for free. But not as long as there's not someone behind it like, hey, trust me with your money. It's just like you give it out for free, like that's not a security. That's just like giving out coupons.
The FTX coin.
I'd like to really quick ask, the crypto stuff is always interesting. Why do you think, if you had to say 90% of people that purchase Bitcoin, what do you think the reason is that they're purchasing Bitcoin? And I want you to be charitable, okay? Because remember that these laws are in place to protect
investors,
unsophisticated investors. So I want you to give a real answer. Why do you think that 90% of people in America purchase Bitcoin?
As an investment for money to go up, for their investment to go up.
Okay, so what do we call those?
Careful, because you wouldn't call every single thing that somebody buys thinking that it'll appreciate in value as security, right?
But the SEC has been very clear about Bitcoin, specifically Bitcoin not being a security, because there's not one person or a company behind it. So they've specifically categorized that. That one's over. They already got that's all, like, everyone agrees that Bitcoin's not a security. That's well known. The other ones, certainly, that's where the debate comes in. And that's where, I mean, there's all kinds of scam. I'm all for regulating that. If you guys follow someone like John Reed Stark, he has spaces on this all the time.
Okay.
He's an SEC commissioner.
I'm willing. Listen, I used to have to do these SEC bulletins for when Gensler would like have new regulations or proposals for cryptocurrency stuff, and so it could very well be the case that the common enterprise factor is one that Bitcoin fails, and so I'm willing to acknowledge that. But I'm just saying there are a lot of good reasons why other kinds of cryptocurrencies should be regulated, and I think it requires a better analysis than they're all not securities. I don't think that is going to.
It's certainly not,
and especially when there's a lot of scammers out there who are 100% going to abuse people and mislead them in all the ways that we would want the SEC to protect against.
Yeah, I think I would just say this in defense of the crypto people: 99% of them are securities. 99% of them should be regulated. 99% of crypto is used for criminal activity. But it's the 1% that are actually legit projects that aren't securities that really riles up. But Gary Gensler really riles them up because he's kind of shitting on the entire crypto space, which rightfully so. 99% of them are wrong, but there are some that are like legit, and those are the ones that they're fighting for. I mean, I'm following a certain case on October 31st.
These guys. Okay, this is the confusing part. What I was going on here. You're correct. Gensler said that Bitcoin is not a security, but it is almost universally known that these are commodities, which means they are regulated. Okay.
For sure.
The Commodities Future Trading Commission. Yeah, but that still has very significant things. Like I feel like people talk about crypto and think it should be the total Wild West and anyone can do whatever they want, cash out without giving ID and everything. Like it's not the case. It's regulated. It is regulated. It's just it's not one thing. It's the other thing.
The problem with crypto is it's a lot of different things at once. It can be an asset, it can be a utility, it can be a commodity, it can be a security, it can be an investment contract, it can be a derivative. So it kind of blends into all these spaces. So it's difficult to regulate, but there should be regulation. It's just that it doesn't fit perfectly. I mean, not all of them fit perfectly into one category. So they all fit into different ways. Like some of them are definitely regulated by the Department of Commerce, CFTC. But they're not, and even most of the cryptos.
We need a video game to play, guys.
A lot of them are assets. They're not even currency. But I mean, I was a little surprised Destiny wasn't too familiar with stablecoins. Those are like pegged to the dollar. There's ERC20 tokens on Ethereum. There's PRC20 tokens on Pulse Chain. There's all these stablecoins on all these different chains, and those are forked projects.
What do you think when you talk about a stablecoin? I assume you want to use the biggest one is Tether. Do you want to? So how much stock do you want to put into Tether?
That's not an investment because that's like just a different currency. Like it's literally pegged to the dollar.
It's not pegged to the dollar. It's not.
Well, in the
right?
market value,
no, it's not. It's not pegged to the dollar. It fluctuates constantly, up a cent, down a cent, a little bit, up, down. But you know when it can go down a fucking lot? If all of a sudden the United States says, "Hey, this is weird," Bitfinex and all these guys or whoever the fuck is currently running it, I'm not so sure about that anymore. That's weird.
But Tether is a really poor example because they're fundamentally known for being like there's a common enterprise behind that. Like it's
what's the biggest stablecoin in the world, real quick?
Tether or USDC but USDC is better. But even still, it's not about big because there's better stable coins out there with smaller market caps that function just the same. And a stable coin for the purpose of crypto people, they don't like Tether's a no-go. Like no one likes to use that one. They rather use DAI because DAI uses an algorithm and it has a different function of how it maintains. It's backed a little bit by Tether.
You have to understand. I'm sorry, I'm like fucking up Destiny. And
I don't know. Finish on this, Dan, because I'm sorry.
You have to understand there is no such thing as pegging anything to a dollar. If enough people try to sell it once, it will go below that fucking price because there's no buyers.
But I get what you're saying, but that's true for any asset. That's true for any asset.
Then why are you saying it's pegged? It's not pegged, is it?
It's a terminology. Well, there's nothing. If you're using that kind of, then nothing's pegged
to the dollar, right?
Yeah, then nothing's pegged to the dollar. It has sufficient stability to be used to get in and out of crypto positions is all I'm trying to say. You can get in and out of it long enough. It's stable enough to enter a position and exit a position with enough. I mean, I just bought 3,700 of USDT 2 days ago, and it's still 3,700. I mean, maybe $1 more, maybe $1 less, but that's secure enough, stability enough. I mean,
okay, wait, okay, I understand what you're saying. Okay,